Get ready, boys.
So, the Stars swept the Edmonton Oilers. They extend their point streak to 14 games, one shy of the franchise record. Jamie Benn had 2 goals. Jason Robertson had 2 goals. Matt Duchene scored a stunningly pretty goal. And it's almost like an afterthought. Wyatt Johnston tied the franchise record for power play goals in a single season. I feel like Russell Crowe should be banging the shield with his sword going, "Are you not entertained?" Stars postgame starts right now. Welcome, everybody, to the DLLS Stars postgame show. Better not touch my microphone because it's a little wobbly tonight, especially with Ludz's drink. Yes, smart move. Alongside Craig Ludwig and our producer, Ryan Vodders. We'll talk to Sam Nessler a little later. I'm Owen Newkirk. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Boy, tell me if you've heard this before. The Stars win again. 14-game point streak, 13 wins in regulation, 1 overtime point because of a shootout loss against the Avalanche, which they probably should have won in regulation. And the Dallas Stars are 1 game away from tying Craig Ludwig and his 98-99 Dallas Stars team for the franchise record 15-game point streak, where they were 13-0-2 during that run to their first and the franchise's only Stanley Cup. Before we get into all the postgame, and there's a lot to cover tonight, let's talk about the St. Patrick's Day lineup of shirts here at AllCITY. Check it out at alldls.com. You can see some great-looking green shirts from all of the networks, but frankly, we're a little biased. Bottom of the screen, DLLS shirt with the leprechaun on it, or as Ludz likes to wear, the Day Drinking Champions. Get those while they are available. Great way to trot out during one of your favorite holidays. You'll be out pretty early on St. Patty's Day, I think. Early and often.
Wait, what day of the week is that? Is that a Tuesday?
It's a Tuesday or Wednesday, midweek.
Is that
Tuesday.
next week? Is that this coming?
It's this coming Tuesday.
We got meetings with our U18.
Anyway, let's talk about it tonight. So, Luds, there's so much on this one. Stars win. Stars extend their point streak to 14 games. Jamie gets 2 goals. Robo gets 2 goals. Oh, by the way, Wyatt Johnston ties the franchise record for most power play goals in a single season on March 12th, right about dead on accurate as your prediction. Matt Duchene scores an unbelievable goal just to put the cherry on top of the sundae. And Justin Ritzkovian and Connor McDavid come very close to dropping the gloves tonight. This was a little bit of a buffet of everything.
Yeah, you know what? You look at stats and things like that, and the score may not dictate it, but from an Edmonton standpoint. But I mean, Dallas, to me, just did so many things right tonight and did everything that Glenn Gullickson has been talking about. You know, they started with defense and defending, and you're seeing, you know, Jake had to make a few good saves for sure.
Yep.
But I think they're going to be very happy, not just with the outcome of the game, but the way they went about it. They took a lot of key players, and I don't want to say out of the game. They just made it so difficult for them. And generally you can tell when you have the McDavids and the top guys fighting and getting involved in that kind of stuff, you know, the big word is frustration. And you know, when you find a way to frustrate a team like that's, you know, done some things, it just gives you an outlook, you know, and again, you got to get there, but should you have to play these guys again, you know, in the postseason, you know, we all feel it's going to be a little bit different.
And that's, to me, a tentpole question for you. I talked to Matt Duchene this morning. Maybe for the Saturday pregame show, I'll cut up some of that and play it for everybody because it's some interesting stuff. One of the things he talked about, which was, it could have been you sitting next to me in the dressing room this morning, because Duchene, when asked about the difference between the 11-game point streak they had in November into December versus the 13-game one they had going into tonight, now 14, it was almost as if we cut your answer and hit play. Duchesne talked about, well, that one, and he was injured at the time, but he said, we were really living by the power play, which was on fire. Our goaltending was outstanding. And our penalty kill, our 5-on-5 play, we weren't really happy with. Right. And now it feels like that's a completely different answer. You were not happy when the Stars were racking up points early in the season, not because of the results, but because of the play that they were doing on the ice. Are you happier now?
Oh, much. But it's funny when you talk about being happy and the reason that they're happy. And if you ever, how many press conferences you want to listen to Glenn Gullickson talk, there's a word that comes up more often than any other word. And it's the word defend. Mm-hmm. Defend, defense, defending, whatever it may be. And then you start listening to guys like Matt Duchesne, a very offensive player, Robo offensive player, Wyatt offensive player, Mikko Rantanen, Hintz. You know, they're all talking, they're saying the word. And, you know, and they're learning that we don't have to outscore teams. We can frustrate teams by the way that we defend and with our coverage and with our numbers and make it difficult for people to get into good areas of the ice and your goaltenders, you know, and so everything that's happening here, yeah, you can say they scored 6 goals again tonight.
7.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Don't forget Dutchie's little solo foray.
Once I get past 4 or 5, it's like over for me.
But
I mean,
to
it doesn't
your
really
point,
matter.
all this focus on defending and playing the right way and
they're
checking
still scoring goals
at will. It hasn't affected the offense at all.
No, and again, it's frustration to the other team, and especially a team like Edmonton that believes that they can score 6-7 goals, but when they're not getting quality looks, did they get shots? Yeah, they did. But the quality chances that they want, it's frustrating for them, and you can feel it. Anytime you're going to get Connor McDavid involved in some stuff and everything that goes on, it's a frustrated team. Right now, I honestly wish that there were 2 more games before the playoffs start.
You want to go now?
I would want to go. I would want to go right now.
Only
I know, but Rantanen and Hintz and things like that.
And Fox, those
that
are the
would
3.
mean that we're already at game 80. You know what I mean? They would be back by then.
If you could get those 3 guys healthy now, I would say yes. But those are, to me, as well as the team is playing, and I echo your sentiments. I really want Mikko Rantanen and Rope Hintz and Radek.
Well, I'm
Fox
talking
healthy.
if there were 2 more games, that means we're at game 80.
You want to fast forward to them being healthy. Where you don't.
Yeah, we got 2 games to go. It's game 80. Hintz hopefully is back by then. We believe that Rantanen will definitely be back by then.
That's what it sounds like, yes.
We're hoping. But this would be a great, you know, and hopefully they do this in the last 4 or 5 games of the year, and they're able to go in, you know, on that kind of a note.
I was laughing with you as we were watching the start of the 3rd period. When's the last time you saw Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl sitting in the penalty box at the same time?
Yeah, it's probably been a while. Maybe at practice, one of their practices if you're watching. But
if
I
want
don't know.
Madonna Hull get kicked out so they can leave early.
Yeah, you know, and again, but they're both smiling and they're laughing.
Yes.
Because again, they know they've been around so long. They know, and they've been to, you know, the finals last couple of years, and they know the important part of the year is actually in the playoffs. So, but again, even that they would have to admit they need to get their game running on all cylinders, because right now, you know, again, a lot has to do with the way that Dallas played tonight, but they're not the team that we think that they can be when they get it all together.
Well, and Edmonton has to turn around and play the St. Louis Blues tomorrow. Not saying that that's the same level of opponent, but the Blues can be a problem.
They're a stingy team,
and Edmonton will be tired after playing this one. Although maybe the top guys didn't play as many minutes in the 3rd because they were losing by so much. But as I'm looking at the updated, again, there are still games going on, but the updated standings, Edmonton is behind Vegas because of the extra game played. They were tied at points, so now they've fallen behind. That means the Golden Knights have a game in hand, and if I'm not mistaken, aren't they playing right now? Let's see. Yes, they're up 1-0 on the Penguins, so this is a chance for Vegas, who've lost 3 in a row, to put 2 points ahead of Edmonton. The Ducks, I believe, are winning, or did they lose? They were winning earlier. What was their final outcome?
Celebrating, or not the Ducks.
You're talking about San Jose. Yeah, they had a big win earlier. Yeah. Maybe the Ducks aren't playing tonight. Oh no, they lost. They were up big. They lost to the Maple Leafs in Toronto. How about that?
And Toronto may have lost their captain.
Yeah, that was nasty. The Gudis hit on Austin Matthews. The Sharks have jumped into a playoff spot over the Kraken, who lost.
Yeah, Seattle's on a bit of a free fall.
Anyway, like, I know some Oilers fans might see them laughing in the box, kind of frustrated, going, you guys are losing, what's funny? But to your point, this Pacific Division, there's some dangerous teams, Luds, but nobody's like, oh, wow, we have to worry about this or we got to watch out for this. It's completely wide open. And I think the Oilers know, especially their big guys, they know they can get in. But the question is, what about their goaltending?
What goaltending?
Why do you think they left Tristan Jarry in the entire game?
Well, it could be because of the hit.
Because of Ingram. He was available, they said.
It could have been that, but I just think they're making a statement with him. You got to get it together. We made a deal, and so this is what it is. You're going to be here, and again, I think Ingram's probably going to take the job away from him, and it could be because, you know what, we don't want to put him in there right now because we're going to need him coming up.
And they got a game tomorrow, so what's the point, right?
Yeah, but Jarry just looks, and there was that I think it was the last goal. Yeah, it was Duchesne's goal, and when his defenseman in front of him, they kind of collide in the net, and when I don't know if it was Wallman or whoever it was. But Jarry, the defenseman, was between his legs, and I went back and watched it about 5 times. It almost looked like he was trying to kick his own defenseman in front of him.
Like he was that frustrated.
Yeah, like get away, because he had three goals at least tonight. That just, I mean, Robo had one, and he just doesn't look right. And he came out, what was it, a couple weeks ago, had a comment to say publicly about defending and things like that. And when you're just coming in a new club, that's not a way for everybody to welcome you to start complaining about what's going on in front of you. It just sounds like an excuse to me. So, but again, hey, listen, better them than us.
All right. Why are we spending so much time talking about some of these Oilers things? Because all the Star stuff is pretty positive tonight, and the Oilers have a lot of, let's say, warts to deal with. But let's break it all down next. A lot of stuff to break down on the DLS Stars postgame show. Sling TV is one of the most flexible ways to watch live TV. With the college basketball tournament coming up, Sling TV gives you access to the games and more control over how and where you tune in. Check this out. Sling has a flexible 1, 3, or 7-day pass option. That means instant access to live TV for the men's and women's tournament. You can get a day pass starting at just $4.99. If you purchase any pass from Sling, and a 12 through 16 seed makes it to the round of 16 in either the men's or women's tournament, then your next day pass is just $1. How about that? Get signed up at sling.com/underdog. If an underdog wins, then you win too. Live TV your way. Learn more at sling.com/underdog. No purchase required. To learn more and see the full rules, visit sling.com/underdog. Don't forget to watch the tournament with Sling TV. You know how I've been talking about this time of year, property taxes in North Texas and in all the state of Texas, some of the highest in the nation. And this is the time of year where you can protest those assessments and try to save money on your taxes. But you can't just do it by yourself. You can, but you shouldn't. You should use Ownwell. It's so easy to sign up for Ownwell to do the work for you. It's about a 3-minute process. They will make it super easy, and then they will go to work for you using their top-notch technology to help put money back in your pocket. They can protest your county tax assessment and determine your eligibility for exemptions, for which Texas, of course, has many opportunities. Ownwell delivers top results with an average saving of $774, and 88% of Ownwell's property tax customers actually reduce and save their property taxes. Save time and money on your property taxes with Ownwell. Only pay if you save. Go to ownwell.com/Texas to learn more. That's OWNWELL.com/Texas. By the way, before we get to the breakdowns, I'm just laughing because one of our fans clipped the broadcast where Ritzkovian is literally taking his stick and pointing at multiple people. It looked like he was just telling off half of the Edmonton bench and maybe their coaching staff. It was hard to say exactly who he was aiming at, but he was very effective tonight, Ritzy Ritz.
You're in a good mood when you're up by 3-4 goals, 5, whatever it was.
All right, let's get into it. What the puck time, and we have a lot of breakdowns. Stars win 7-2 over the Oilers. Let's start with the first one because it was a quick start for Jamie Benn tonight.
Yeah, it was a great start being at home against this team. What the puck is right. Look at this. Here's Edmonton's defense. Like, how many times have you heard me complaining about staring at the puck and nobody knows where anybody else is? Well, everybody here is staring at it and what that ultimately does, and they gravitate. Then I wanted you to see, look at all the space when Heiskanen, I believe this is, Miro brings the puck in here, all this skate to come, and then the next thing that happens is, this is my buddy, Evan Bouchard here, number 2 with Jamie Benn. This is kind of like the Ole. Look at Bouchard. Look at how far away he is from Jamie Benn. I don't blame him. Jamie can be a little mean. But that's not how you defend, is from here, from a distance.
He's not boxing out there, Lutz.
Not only does he not box out, then after this rebound, when Heiskanen gets the puck up to the net, Jamie kind of oh, look at this. Is even worse. This is what it looks like from behind. This is how Evan Bouchard, who's got an 8-year new 8-year deal.
Would you call this a bad gap? I know usually you talk about gaps with rushing up the ice, but he's not even in. He's
doing everything he can to not get engaged.
Yes,
nothing. He really doesn't. He's not that interested in playing at this end of the rink.
No, he's an offensive defenseman.
But I mean, you look at all the space here. But go back one shot, would you, Ryan? So what happens here? Bouchard just kind of starts dancing back here, and Jamie just lifts his stick up a little bit. Puck comes off the wall, lifts his stick up, comes right back, Jamie, and then here's your goaltender. I mean, Jamie, again, this isn't a Mikko Rantanen move, but look at Jari. He doesn't move.
He
Jamie just
definitely overplays the near post.
One little move to his backhand side, and he didn't get a ton on it, and ultimately gets that first goal for the Stars.
Okay, I got to ask you. Evan Bouchard.
He's -1 right now.
Erik Karlsson.
Oh, no, yeah.
If you have to look at Bouchard versus your EK 65.
EK 65 has been way better this year.
Evan Bouchard were so down on Karlsson last year.
Yeah, I still am. I mean, but he's not interested. He's actually more dialed into playing defense than this dude.
Is this Dan Muse doing a good job in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, but it could be, the group. I mean, we don't have the same team. We rally around each other. They're winning. They're having fun. They've got some young guys. I don't know. But this cat here, he's not really interested in this defense
He's
work.
the number 1 scoring defenseman in the league.
I think the only time he's actually a defenseman is at the faceoff. He lines up as a defenseman, and then after that goes away. Now, offensively, he's great. Great shot. Great on the power play, but not so much here.
All right, so he's
-1.
Somebody in the chat was talking about Jim Nill signing Justin Ritzkovian to a long-term extension. You're for that.
Yeah.
If Ritzy Ritz is Richie Rich money. Ritzy Rich.
I think we called it.
Minute 23 was the time of the Jamie Benn goal. Luds, there's a 2-play sequence. First, Podkolzin at the right side of the crease on a nice pass by Draisaitl is wide open, and Thomas Harley gets enough of a stick check to force that shot to the far post and not in. I think Podkolzin had a little bit of room around Ottinger. He could have scored to make it 1-1, and then moments later on a 2-on-1, I mean, we're going to talk about Matt Duchene magic a couple times tonight, but he basically serves one up on a platter for Sam Steele to double the lead.
Yeah, great pass. We've seen this time and time again, and good for Steele for bearing down on it. But yeah, I mean, it's just another, again, no defense, and guess who was out there?
Would that be number 2?
Yeah, he was out there. He was out there.
This is going to be a recurring theme.
Well, he was actually trying to play a 2-on-1, so this isn't a ton that's on him, but ultimately it ends up in the back of the net.
So Steele scores his 11th goal of the year, and Duchene continues to pile up points. But Maverick Bourque actually helped start this play. He had a good board play along the wall to send Duchene forward on that rush. I just love the delay that Duchene had, and the time he waited, and then he knew he was going to pass. Yeah. Even when he looked like he had no other option but to shoot, he still waited, and then he just basically scored off the stick of Sam Steele.
Yeah, and like I said, it was great by Steele when he goes to the net here. He makes sure that he's got all of his weight on that stick. And right here, though, this is where Matt Duchene just kind of pulls away. And he had to separate himself right here. And I believe this was Jason Dickinson. Because he separates himself, now Dickinson has to make a decision. He can't catch Duchene, so what does he do? He decides to pick up the late guy, which he doesn't really do a good job of that. And our buddy, number 2, Bouchard, doesn't really adjust. So what that does is it gives Matt Duchene a ton of room to come into the zone. And then when you get to the front of the net, Dickinson tries to lift up Steele's stick, and he misses it. And Evan Bouchard really doesn't get his stick in a passing lane here. And Duchesne, but again, it's even hard to see it. But credit to Sam Steele, because Dickinson's he's a lot bigger than
a big, strong
Steele
guy.
is.
Yes,
and Steele gets position on him, puts the brakes, keeps the stick down, and Duchesne really does everything else.
Those two have had really good chemistry in the last month.
Yeah,
I really and we were not down on Sam Steele, but we were disappointed because, and we've even seen it lately. He had a moment or so where every game there'd be one where you're like, oh, I really wish he could score that or hit the net with that.
There's a difference. There's a difference when Rantanen gives Steele the puck. He's about 20 feet away from the net.
Yeah.
Duchesne waits until he's in the crease.
Maybe he's learned something from being heard and watching, right?
Sam Steele, all he has to do is get in the crease, lean on my stick, and Matt Duchene's going to hit.
That's Zach Hyman right there. Go to the net
otherwise
and get
there's
hit.
too much time for when you're getting it from Rantanen. There's too many other plays to make.
Well, Luds, 2 minutes later, Jason Robertson, who, alert here, had not scored.
I forgot to say, Bouchard is -2 right there.
He is.
2 plays,
so
-2.
Number 2, -2. Jason Robertson had not scored a goal in 4 consecutive games, which was a very long drought for him in the last 3 months, where he's just been scoring at an incredible rate. And yet during that brief 4-game goal drought, he had plenty of assists, so he's still contributing, making great plays. He had a great pass the other night to Colin Blackwell in the first period. He didn't score, but he sent him on a breakaway. Anyway, Robo had just about enough of not being a goal scorer on the sheet, and he gets in on the act here in the first period.
And it's funny, he starts this. Robo starts it from his own zone.
He does,
which a lot of times he's. Oh, and guess who's circled?
Oh, it's number 2.
Yeah, number 2 circled there, and that's Robo. And there's the puck. I'm pointing at the puck on Bouchard's stick, and this is Jason Robertson, who is a puck stealer. He is very good, long reach. You should know that. And there's stick on puck, and then ultimately Robo takes off, and guess who's chasing back up to the other end of the rink? But now here.
By the way, Lutz, he never, as he was coming up the ice, he was on his off wing.
Oh, no, he wasn't thinking about
Wyatt Johnston's with him, and I'm sitting there as he crosses the blue line going, there's no way he's passing this.
No chance he's passing. Well, again, look who's in the net. Jari sees all of this.
Yes.
He sees everything. Robo just takes a shot from, you can see where he's above the dot, just inside the top of the circles. And this one here goes, I wasn't even sure, but I think when I found it, it went underneath his arm. Oh, yeah. Evan Bouchard's -3 now.
-3
-3.
in the
That's
3 goals.
Yeah.
-3. It goes off the post. It comes back off the back of Jari and goes in.
It's just, but it squeaks through Jari. It's a bad goal.
So Robo gets his 35th goal of the season. Moves ahead of Wyatt Johnston for the team lead again, because they were tied at 34. And that's at the end of 1 period of play. The shots were 10-4. So, Luds, first period at home against the Oilers, and they gave up 4 shots on goal. Now, there were 5 scoring chances, but my point is they defended the Oilers extremely. Forget the fact they scored 3 goals and they had 10 shots, 7 chances, 3 high dangers. They gave up almost nothing to the Oilers that entire period.
And they didn't have to do much because they had numbers. There were 5 guys connected to a rope all over the place, and they were turning pucks over in the neutral zone. They were standing up. They were able to they can hold the offensive blue line because they have people coming back. And most importantly is when you're going down offensively is that your forwards that are tracking back, they don't stop their feet coming through the neutral zone.
Keep moving.
When you don't stop your feet, you have numbers at your blue line, and that's how you turn pucks over. Then you outnumber them going the other way.
Early in the second period, Stars up 3-0. Connor McDavid, he had one of those rushes where you just go, oh, yeah, I noticed him right away. Moving his feet, a little agile, gets to the left circle, takes a shot. Dangerous, not high danger, but good save by Jake Ottinger. Stars get it, and they immediately counterattack, and they end up with who else but 6'8" Tyler Myers in behind the defense, one-on-one. Jari makes the save. But I circled that one, Luds, because I went, wow, look at 57 getting up in the play that quickly.
2-3 strides. You watch him. If you get a good camera already at the game, you can see when it exits the zone, he is a guy that likes to get on his horse, which Dallas coaches, they want that. They want you to follow up, make it a 4-on-3 at the blue line if you can. But he takes 2-3 strides, and he's in the neutral zone already. And he can skate for a big man. And he's good. Like, even when he's crossing over, especially forward, he comes back in his zone. He looks smooth as he skates. What is he, 35?
36.
36.
Yeah, he's same age as Jamie Benn.
And he's got that long reach. So, yeah, I think good move by Jim Nill so far.
5 minutes into the second period, 5.5 actually, Jason Dickinson is called for interference when he lifts the stick of Nils Lundqvist away from the puck, and it goes flying into the crowd about 2 rows just to the left of the visitors' penalty box. Stars get on the power play. They've scored a power play goal in 10 straight games. Make it 11, and guess who? Wyatt Johnston, the record.
Wait a second.
Ties the record.
What didn't we talk about him in the pregame show?
We did.
I'm pretty sure we pulled up the 16-bit shirt.
You did.
To get him back on track. Well, here you go. By the way, Wyatt Johnston has 21 power play goals before this.
At that moment.
He has 21.
Correct.
So the Edmonton Oilers and the coaching staff should probably know that, right?
Is that their strategy? Let's keep them open in front of the net.
Yeah. Doesn't that say 7-2 up there? Oh yeah, that's a different clock we're looking at.
Yeah, that's our game bug.
I didn't know. I was gonna say that's the wrong score right now. So, but here's your 4 defenders, and the guy in the middle of the ice right there has 21 power play goals. Okay, so that's one guy you don't want to leave open. Now, when you look at it from another angle, talk about now. Well, right now he's got 22.
Yes, he does.
Right now he's got 22. But here's why he's got 22. Look at stick position. We talk about this all the time. So Robo left-handed. Look where the puck is. Wyatt's a righty. Wyatt's a righty, by the way.
Oh my God!
And if you haven't heard, he's got 21 power play goals. Now tonight he's got 22.
Is that Connor Murphy defending the pass to his own?
I don't think that's Murphy though. Is it? That's not
right,
a number 5, is it?
No, yeah, he's right shot. I think that's him. Because
you're talking about over here
on the right. So the guy with the number 4 logo.
Yeah,
on that
number 4.
If you go back one frame, Ryan, it looks like he's denying the pass.
But there's nobody in there.
That's what I mean. To his own teammate who's killing
my
on
point
the
of making this draw.
Yes.
Good job, Owen.
Thank you.
So but here's the kicker. Look at the guy above him with the other question mark. Who's he defending? Who's he worried about? The guy at the point?
Yeah, pass to the point.
Well, the guy at the point doesn't have 21 power play goals. This guy here does. Like, you should give it to anybody else on the ice except that guy. Well, anyway, then Robo makes a nice pass, and all Wyatt has to do is tap it into the net. There it is, and just look at how much space he has.
So it's like
somebody might want to play him differently.
Luds, it's like they're allergic to making contact with the guy leading the NHL in power play goals.
And I know they do video, so and they have stat pack, right? Every room gets stat
every single one. Every single one.
They know the numbers. But just in case they should watch our show next time, you'd know Wyatt had 21 coming into the game. Now 22. Somebody called it in pregame show.
I was going to say, but 22. You said when he got.
I said by the second week of March.
When he got the Dallas Stars record, which was 18, he passed that. Yeah. You said middle of March,
and you guys said no way because Hintz was down, Rantanen was down,
and you were like, maybe I should change it to the end of March. And then he scored that night.
Yep.
And then you go, maybe I'll keep my that'll be fine. Well.
You're welcome, Wyatt.
Well done. Couple of things on that goal. Wyatt ties Dino Ciccarelli for the most in franchise history single season.
Sure.
He's already leading the NHL in that. And he ties Jason Robertson for the team lead again with 35, right? Robo scored in the first period to take the lead. Wyatt scores to tie him again. But it wouldn't last a minute because Robo decided, no. I'm going to lead the team in goals after this play. And he makes it 4-0. 5-0. I'm getting lost to track of all these goals.
Yeah, they're a lot. So Wyatt, again, stick position, right? So pretty good right here. Then for some reason you move your stick and then goes over to Robo. Again, stick position. This is after Robo gets the puck. I don't know. He thinks that he's passing in some place. And all he does is puts it through the net. Now, he does put it through the feet. So this one here, I don't know if
it was ugly.
I don't know if I want to blame Jari on this one. I mean, it may have even clicked off the blade of the skate, but ultimately it goes through him again.
It was a turnaround shot that looked like it should never go in.
I think after the third goal, I said to Ryan, no, it was after that one probably. But I did say to Ryan after the third or fourth, you got to pull him.
I thought so too. This was in the first period.
But the coaching staff says, nope.
And I wonder if because of Ingram's, collision with McKinnon the other night in Colorado and the fact that they're playing St. Louis tomorrow, that they just said, listen, you got to eat this game.
I bet there's going to be that question asked in the postgame to Knobloch.
I'm positive.
And I think he's going to say exactly what you said.
Is that the politically correct answer?
Exactly. That's protecting him because I don't think you can throw him under the bus because you only have 2 guys going into the playoffs.
Well, and if you're thinking about trying to, I mean, it's already 3-0 at that first point. Now it's 5-0. If you put Ingram in, and now you either have, now both of your goalies have worked in this game, and you got a game, to me, you might as well have a better shot at getting points against the Blues with a fresh Connor Ingram than trying to pick either one having played half a game the night before, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jarry had to come in the night ago, right?
He did.
Yeah.
He played part of the Denver game. Well, it didn't work out for him in this one, did it? He did come in and play well and help him win the game against the Avalanche. So it's 5-0, Luds, and a little less than 2 minutes later, Evan Bouchard shows why he is leading the league in defensive points, because he does this.
One of the rare times in the last few games that Dallas's coverage wasn't, this is kind of way back, but even earlier than this, there was another look that we had, and Dallas's coverage was poor here. Now, you want to see all the space in here, right? And you're wondering why. Well, remember when Nils lost his stick, or
You mean when Dickinson knocked it into the crowd? Yeah.
Well, right here, he's trying to get it back. he still
he's
can't
trying to
remember where it
reclaim a
was.
stick.
Go back one, Ryan, and I just want to show the reason I have these two guys circled, and this is why there could be a little mix-up. They're both right-handed defensemen, okay? And Tyler Myers is a new guy. Well, one of these two guys got to be playing the right side. They're both hanging over here on the left, and I don't know who
Poor Nils is
originally
still playing tug
started.
of stick
Somebody
here.
was playing their offside at one point, apparently. But anyway, Nils is playing tug of war with someone in front of the net. But regardless, nobody's covering. And one thing about Evan Bouchard, he does have a shot.
He does.
This is what happens in front of the net. And, again, could it be interference? I don't know. But Jake, look at where Jake is. He's outside that blue paint. So anybody crying about
he's pretty
interference,
high out there. Yeah.
It's not interference. He ends up getting in. And there now for Evan, he got out of the 3-hole. He's back down to 2.
And Luds,
and he finishes
that's
that
the
way.
last goal that he was on the ice for,
Yeah.
good or bad.
Yeah, it was.
So he was part of 4, but he was 3 to the bad, 1 to the good. Okay. So at that point, it's 5-1. However, the Oilers kind of give them a little bit of a comeback. They got some scoring chances. And then Jason Dickinson, after a turnover from the captain at the blue line, eventually scores a tip-in goal at the front of the net. Now, you guys,
We
I
didn't
don't
do
think
this
you
one,
clipped this one.
But I didn't like the coverage in front. I think it was Harley out there on that one. Let's see. Was a Dickinson goal, poor coverage? No, it was Nils. No, that was one where Nils was. No, it was Thomas. Thomas didn't do anything. He stood off to the back side of the far post on the left-hand side. Dickinson was all alone in front of the net. It was just a redirection.
It was Nils and Harley were the two defensemen on the ice.
And Thomas needed to come over and take his stick, and he was. I think they're so gun shy about getting in front of Jake right now. They kind of want to stay out of the way.
They get yelled at and glared at, so
they get the look.
They take a penalty. I believe it was Oscar Beck for interference, and on that shorthanded rush, they had a Sam Steele kind of whiffed on a chance down low, but then he got a second effort stuff shot. Jarry made the save. Tyler Myers jumping into the play again on his backhand. Great chance.
I think he's feeling a little more comfortable.
And he's playing a little bit more tonight, too.
Yep.
I think he looked really good. And then Colin Blackwell on a delayed penalty had a great opportunity because we got another call. This one was on, I believe it was Connor McDavid for roughing because he decided to punch Myers in the back of the head. That didn't go well. This was earlier, right? Because 3 minutes later, after Adam Henrique hit the crossbar, shorthanded, good look. And then they get a power play again. Zach Hyman had a breakaway. That wasn't great coverage to allow Hyman to get through the D and get a chance. Ottinger made a great save. Luds, we had a weird, almost fight between Connor McDavid, which you don't hear that combination very often, and Justin Ritzkovian.
Oh, before I show you this, or go ahead, Ryan. No, you can go ahead, click away. Remember when we had Ritzy on the show?
Yes.
Remember I made a comment to him about his decor?
Yeah, it was very simple.
It was like a sandwich.
It was like,
there's nothing in there.
It was like he
empty.
was in a closet or something.
Yeah, it was empty, just all walls. So,
yes.
But here's how it starts. Okay, so
this is who
R2D2. This is not intent here. He ends up trying to fire the puck out of the zone.
Like as the horn is going off.
Yeah, it's like you're shorthanded. He's trying to fire it out of there, but he drills Draisaitl in the chest. And so this is ultimately what starts it.
And Draisaitl gave Huru tried to get around the scrum and he gave him a bit of a slash.
Yeah, well, and then McDavid comes in. But this is the one I think Ritchie needs to frame this. This is McDavid and Ritchie right here, and you just get that picture right there. Now he could have a picture at least hanging in his house with Connor McDavid in there, and he maybe have given him,
I think so. Got him a little shiner there.
Yeah. So that would be a great picture for Ritchie.
By the way, in the building, the referee announced after the team started to head to the locker rooms for the end of the second period that they were reviewing the Draisaitl slash. They were calling a 5-minute major so they could take a look at it. They ended up only giving him a 2, but they did review it because it was after the whistle, so they wanted to make sure they got the call right. McDavid got a 2. Ritskovian got a 2. They gave 2 to Draisaitl. Stars ended up with a power play out of that.
Then, they should only given McKinnon a 2 too from the other night.
Well, the NHL actually rescinded the 5, but
didn't do anything for the game. But
it didn't, but it does keep McKinnon from, if he got another one, from getting a 1-game suspension.
Anyways, we already had that discussion.
We did. Check out our show from yesterday. We went through a whole segment of that.
And I really do believe they were probably listening to our show and our rant and saying there's no way that should be a 5, but it was probably the nail in the coffin, or the one that was taken out of the coffin, was probably during the TNT show last night when Gretz went, I don't even know if it should have been a 2. And Tuukka Rask even said, I'm not even sure that was a 2.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the next morning they take it back. When Gretzky speaks, there you go.
Listen.
Yep.
All right, so the Stars up by a 5-2 margin after 2 periods of play. Let's take a look at the third period. We don't have any breakdowns, but Luds, they have a power play because of the Draisaitl slash. Jamie Benn steps up and looks like 2014 Jamie Benn as he picks the left corner.
Another bad goal.
I mean
good shot.
Great
good
shot. It's 6-2 and second power play goal of the game for the Stars.
Yeah.
Why do you say bad goal?
Short side. Tristan Jarry. Nobody in front of him.
Yeah.
Hey, we can pick on him.
The Oilers weren't really helping out as we had a Jason Robertson wide open shot on a rather poor turnover from Connor Murphy, but Jarry made that save. We had a bit of a I don't know what you want to call it. It wasn't really a fight, but
a melee.
Yeah,
was it a melee? No, it wasn't a melee.
No, it was a coming together.
It was like 4 or 5 drunk people at bar time out there just wrestling in the grass.
Szymanski trips Ritskovian. I don't know if there was any intent there, but Colin Blackwell was positive he was going to respond. He comes in like a torpedo and goes after Szymanski, and then Ritskovian gets involved, and it's basically matchup, and everybody goes to the box, and we're even strength.
If this team wasn't together before this game, this just keeps bringing guys tighter and tighter again. That's why you're seeing guys jump in for each other. I mean, and they're not thinking about it. It's automatic.
Jake made a great save on Savoy. He made a great save on Zach Hyman on the power play. Bouchard hit the right post on a power play shot. Otter made a split save on Podkolzin. And Sam Steele hit the post on a wide open shot, which you got a goal earlier, but we needed that Sam Steele moment. And then quickly, just because we got to get to break, how about Matt Duchene, that goal for number 7? That was filthy.
Yeah, dirty. That dirty
Spinorama, toe drag, backhand.
Yeah. That's all Matt Duchene.
He's so good.
And can you believe he's having his 8-year-old son, I think he is, getting lessons with one of our coaches?
I heard he was over, was it Farmers or?
Yeah, was it Farmers? Well, like, Matt, teach him yourself.
But we talked about this off the air the other day. I mean, his son's younger, but you don't want to hear from your dad. You want to hear from somebody else.
I don't know if you want Troy working with him.
So you're saying that Matt Duchene is more than qualified?
He probably does. Yeah. He's probably more qualified.
Up next, let's talk to Sam over at American Airlines Center as the Stars thump the Oilers 7-2 here on the DLLS Stars postgame show. Oh, it's me. Why? Because we're going to do both of these live. I was thinking we were only going to do one live, but we'll do them both because I was ready for I thought we were going to do one recorded, one not. Let's talk about Prize Picks. Here we go, Ryan. This one's one to put on your mantle. Shoot your shot with Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks make every shot, every pass, every post, every scrap that much more exciting. So don't miss your chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If your picks are right, you could cash in. Pick from all your favorite sports, anything from basketball, baseball, hockey, UFC, soccer, college basketball, tennis, golf, esports, and more. All you have to do is download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. AirDNA is the leader in data on short-term rentals. Think Airbnb. And they just released a free calculator to see how much you can make renting your home out for the World Cup. As you probably have heard, this summer, the World Cup in 2026 being hosted by the North American countries of the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Nobody has more matches than Dallas. 9, including one of the semifinals. Occupancy is up over 200% already for the group stage matches, and we are still months out. Just think about how much money you can make if you rent out your home and what you could do with that money. So, once in a lifetime tourism event, driving this demand, don't sit on the sidelines. You need to use AirDNA. Think about that brand new patio, season tickets, epic vacation, or just go to the World Cup and stay with a friend while you rent out your house. I don't care what you do with the money, but you got to go see how much you can make at airdna.co/stars. All right. Let's say hello, if he is indeed ready to go, to our intrepid beat reporter. His name is Sam Nessler. He does not have any piercings that we know of, and he's over at American Airlines Center. Hi, Sam.
Hello. How are we doing?
It's good sound.
Yeah, we are doing well. How about you?
I'm well. Thank you.
Do you have anything you'd like to add to the game tonight?
I was just listening to you guys, and I just I'm smiling because that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I know that the hockey game also happened here, but what happened outside of the actual game on the ice with all the goals and everything else was this team making another statement that they are not going to be pushed around this year. And if you had any doubt that this was a different hockey team than the last 5-7 years, that was your answer right there. That's the Edmonton Oilers team that's knocked them out of the playoffs 2 years in a row, embarrassed them really in the Western Conference Final. They just beat the crap out of this team between the whistles and after the whistles. And I think Glenn Gulutzan summed it up perfectly. Actually, the best part of the whole experience for me was that when we went down there, we're all beaming, we're all smiling, laughing, because it was a fun time here, right? It's fun to see all that happening. The energy in the building was crazy. But when we asked the questions to the players and Glenn Gulutzan, straight face. No enjoyment, no laughing it off and being excited about what happened, just business. And I think that says even more than what they did during the game. It says that this is not just us having a crazy game where everything's happening. It's wow, these lights in the background are wild. It's us doing what we do. If you're going to come and try to push us around, that's what's going to happen to you. And Glenn Gulutzan said, I asked about the response up and down the lineup, of not just the Ritzkovians of the world, but Colin Blackwell jumping in, Nils Lundqvist getting into it a little bit. Just everybody who is on the ice when something happens, getting into it. Wyatt Johnston and Maverick Bourque getting thrown out of the game at the end of the game. And Glenn Gulutzan said, you have two options. You either take it forever or you respond. And we responded. And I just love that. I think that has been missing from this team for so long. And that's, as much as 7-2 and beating the Oilers and sweeping them in the series is great. That's what stands out to me, is that if I'm another team in the NHL, I'm a lot more afraid of this team in Victory Green when it comes to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
We ain't getting pushed around. We may
Interesting.
have skill, but we ain't getting pushed around.
Listen to this. Zach Hyman post-game talking about Connor McDavid. He's the last guy who should be doing that at the end of the second period. He was trying to pull our group back into the fight, and Leon was as well. We need other guys basically to be doing that. Those guys shouldn't be tasked with that job.
Yeah, that's Zach calling out everybody but those
Everybody else, right?
Yeah.
and including himself.
On the flip side, as Sam just talked about, what a difference. I said this to Luds because you and I were talking about this at the end of the second period, and I said, same thing I said to Craig here. this is in the past. This would be a game where Stars get a lead, looking great. Oilers get a couple, then they get frustrated, start doing things, and Dallas doesn't have enough guys or doesn't know how to respond. And this felt like they were playing right into them, like, oh, we got this. You can't knock us off this.
Yeah, and not only that, but they said the message was constant on the bench too of let's not let this get mucky on the scoreboard too, right? Like you can win this game. They weren't going to lose this game, right? 5-0. It would have taken a drastic miracle of a comeback to win that, but you can win it in two different ways. You can win it like they won it against Vegas right before the break, where you have a great start and then you have to hold on and they either tie it or they get close. That game could have. I can hear those guys in the top of the studio right now.
Yeah, KG is not a quiet individual.
That's a good microphone you guys have, and it's still picking them up.
I mean, that's
but
200-300 feet away.
Sam, you've been here. Microphones have nothing to do with picking our sound up.
No, I'm saying it's even more impressive because the mic's supposed to block out any of that background sound, and it's actually picking it up. But I think that that game could have easily ended up 5-3, 5-4, 6-4, whatever it is, and you don't feel as good. But they said that they just kept continuing, especially when it became 5-1, 5-2, or 6-2, whatever it was. They don't want it to become that. They wanted it to be a statement where we beat this team bad, not just we exploded out to a lead and it got a little messy and got sloppy. And I think that's another thing, Owen, that goes with what you just said. Not only did it play into what they wanted, and they were the aggressor, or they were at least the better of the aggressors, but it also played into them not falling into the trap of getting sloppy and trying a little too much skill. And I mean, they still had plenty of skill. Matthew Shane scored one of the better goals of the season to make it 7-2, but they didn't fall into that trap. And I just think that's huge. Just like it was to have a statement at the end of a game when you're up and you find a way to win. This one, finding a way to win, but keeping it lopsided and keeping it as a massive win was a big statement for me as well. So I love the way they finished the game.
Sam, are you privy? Like, are you in the room after the game when the guys pick? When they hand the player of the game away from the player they want to be fair? Do you guys ever get anything? No, so we don't know.
No, we're in there after. We do see them get the hat and take the picture, but we don't.
Are you talking about the?
I'm just wondering who got it.
It looks like it would be
Ritz got it.
There you go. That's all I wanted to know. I want to make sure he got it. Okay,
he did.
And it's appropriate, Sam, that Wyatt Johnston was in the photo with Ritzy that they took for their Twitter page because Wyatt tied Dino Ciccarelli's record tonight.
Yeah, we talked to Wyatt, Ritzkovian, and Jason Robertson afterwards. And Wyatt was funny. We were talking to Robertson, and I went over to Wyatt, and I was like, "So you got kicked out, eh?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's me now. That's what I do." So they're embracing it, and I think it's I heard you say it, Luz, right before I came on. If they weren't close already, which they were, they're even closer now. And I love, if you look at. I mean, there's so much to break down here. We could talk about this forever. The Ritzkovian pointing his stick at the bench and calling out every single Edmonton Oilers player. I love that kid. But when he comes back from to the bench and with Colin Blackwell, Jamie Benn, Matt Duchene, Sam Steele, they're all standing up, clapping their sticks on the boards, high-fiving him when he comes back. They show how much it means. It's not just the crowd's going crazy and all that. The team then shows what it means for those players when they come back. And Luds, it firsthand. Nothing feels better than when your teammates are patting you on the back because you did something like that. I think it feels even better than when you go out and score a goal. When you stand up for a teammate and you get that respect from your team, especially Jamie Benn sitting there, that's a huge lift for you. And I just think that the growth of this team, the connectedness of this team is just growing every game, and it's really fun to watch.
There is one thing that feels better than that. It's when you come back into the room, Sam, and you got that big horse trough in there with all the ice in it and all the beers in the middle of the locker room after the games. That's what feels better. That then you can get the hoopla on. I don't think they can do that anymore. I don't think they do that. I think they just go and rally down at Whole Foods around the energy drink.
Yeah, get some
shakes
quinoa
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Could you have does it have the same aura when you have protein shake or recovery shakes as if you then like post game, like you have post game beers? Not quite the same.
I can honestly say I've never had a protein shake, so I wouldn't know that.
You weren't taking wheatgrass shots at some point? Yeah.
No.
I love it.
Not.
Well, all right. Sam, great stuff. Team practicing tomorrow before they play against Detroit on Saturday?
Yes, noon in Frisco. Open to the public, so come hang out.
That sounds optional to me. Do you think?
What's going on tomorrow?
It might be optional, yeah.
Practice, maybe. I see Ludwig optional. First time.
I'm taking the option tomorrow.
Yeah, you should. You've earned it. All right, Sam. Thank you very
You're gonna
much.
be skating at the same time, right, Owen? You're gonna be skating up there, and
yeah, I'm gonna go say
wherever
hi
the
to
heck it
Sevi
is.
and see if I remember how to
It
put.
depends. He may not get there on time, but
That is very true. It's who can say?
Oh,
There he is, Sam
get out of
Nessler,
town.
joining us here for the DLLS Stars postgame show. Nice
Okay.
shirt.
yeah. Finnish Mafia shirts are out. They're here. That's not what I was going to talk
And you
about.
make
but
it look like you have a long sleeve T-shirt because you've got the
that's
under.
3/4. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a softball jersey sleeve length with the. I mean, you got options there.
Mizuno. Yeah,
See,
it is.
Ah.
So anyway, we can finish. But who got 2 goals tonight? Oh, the captain got 2
Jamie
goals
had 2
tonight.
goals.
Yeah, so we got to pull up Jamie, and there is the captain shirt. And then I think we definitely need to pull up Wyatt again. Let's keep this one going. So there's the 16-bit, and we need to take a look at the stringless hoodie. The Finnish Mafia with no strings. So if it's windy out, just squeeze it together, apparently. So
No, you know what? I like it because if you ever like
never.
standing over a sink or something, maybe let's say you're wearing the Finnish Mafia hoodie, you decide to brush your teeth, hit the lean over. You don't dangle the strings into the sink at all. Just saying. I like it.
Okay.
Specific.
Next.
All right, let's talk about being a diehard. I want to give our boy Claridus. I've been saying Clarodus the whole time, but he introduced himself at the game. He was right in front of our spot in the press box. His name is Claridus. He's in town for the IndyCar race. He's a huge diehard. And he gave me this, and you probably can't see it very well, but this is a signed Craig Ludwig hockey card, a 1-of-1, I'm sure, that he said he found in Indianapolis. And so now we are on
But you found it laying on the ground?
No, he bought it, but it was not super expensive. Few dollars.
There's no name, no number, no
You
logo.
got a number.
Is there a
Number 3.
logo on there?
There's no logo. This looks like the unofficial Craig Ludwig. It says Dallas. It doesn't say Dallas Stars. It just says Dallas card. It's like but it is, Luds, it is an NHL Players Association card.
Oh, okay.
So it's not totally a knockoff. Anyway, Claridus said use it as a giveaway item. When we have some ideas, we'll work on that and let you know.
Use it with a clothespin and put it on the spokes of your tire. Remember them days?
I mean, that was a long time ago,
Yeah.
but yes.
Yeah, just
I believe, Luds, my dad said he probably had like a Mickey Mantle card stuck between his bike spokes, not thinking
that's a little
it, like,
different than a Ludwig card.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was trying to compare, right? Yeah. Maybe a Joe DiMaggio card or Honus Wagner or something like that. Anyway, sign up to be a diehard. The code is right down, the QR code right near Luds. And not only do you get all the access and you support our show and you get a free t-shirt with your first year of your subscription, but you also get to be part of this great community, including Claridus coming and meeting me and giving me a Luds card, and just a lot of fun. It really is.
Is that a code name or is that a real name, Claridus?
No, that's his handle.
Oh, it's his handle. Okay.
That's his Discord name.
Okay.
And he does super chats and stuff every now and then too. So
what did you think it was? Clotus?
I thought it was Clarodus, and he said he calls himself Claridus. That's how he pronounced it.
One would be with an A and one would be with an O. How is it spelled?
Clarotus.
Yeah, that'd
way to
be
put the
Claridus.
little Claris in the middle of it, or no?
That's a personal choice. I mean,
You notice I'm not saying it.
it could be Claridus. That's how I kept saying it. He's a diehard. He gave me at American Airlines Center. I'm yelling at Bobby and KG.
Oh, please don't yell at him, because
yelled-
then
No,
KG will
they
yell
yelled
back.
at us
We don't
during
want
their
KG
show.
to yell back. There we go.
Kevin,
Folks, he went down in the elevator.
he
He's not
gave
even
us
right
a
here. He's
signed
downstairs.
Craig Ludwig card.
Yeah.
Gifted us. You go ahead. You can have
No number, no
that. We
name.
can give it away. Look, there's no Stars
Yeah,
logo
zero.
on his jersey.
Nothing there.
Here's the Mavs guys. There's KG.
Hey.
By the way, KG, huge Stars fan. Huge.
I love the Stars.
Bobby,
Oh, wow.
So how did the
Not
Mavs
huge.
do tonight?
Sweet, look at that.
Hey,
So
how did
we're
the
gonna
Mavs
use
do?
that as a giveaway item.
Is this like an unnamed jersey? Like
You
got-
sound
is this-
disappointed.
It is.
Shocked
There's
and
no-
disappointed.
No logo. It's an
All right, well,
NHL
that's it
PA
for us
card.
tonight, folks.
He said he bought it in Indianapolis
Is our
for
time up?
$5.
Wow, you only worth $5? I love you.
I don't want it now.
Boy, Luds,
Thanks for stopping by, guys.
there are some.
Come again when you can't stay so long.
You
Well,
remember?
we got 2 winners tonight.
Remember your discomfort about that word? Me saying Chlorotis?
Did we score more points than you guys? Didn't you still won? Or?
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there's some funny chat comments in here as we can't have this conversation. All right. I believe it is
Time
super
to go.
chat time.
Oh.
No. We got a whole segment to finish. So, Ryan, cue him up. Let's go. We'll start boy, that could not be any smaller.
That's what she said.
Speaking of Clarotis, we're getting to that one. Let's start with I Love
gotta hear
Misty
that every night when I
1985.
get home.
Man, we haven't even started talking about the shaft yet. Let's.
Oh,
I Love
Lord.
Misty
I should go with
1985.
KG right
We've got
now.
a Jamie Benn and a Colin Blackwell. I had the night off to go to this game, but I had to empty my storage unit instead. I hope Clarotis had a great time in my seat in my stead. Also, the Wild finally lose, even if it was in the shootout. There you go. So the Wild got a point. Stars make a little bit of extra ground on them. Chaotic with a Haskin and Ritzkovian McBridesmaid can't handle all of that Ritz. I like that one.
Bridesmaid?
He's talking about always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Yeah.
Talking about Sam?
McBride. Well, there's too many ways to go with that with Sam, too. Poor guy. Blue Titan 10 with a the Smith 99 Cup here. Ritzkovian really got in the heads of all of EDM.
And missing on this team, huh?
I really like it.
Yep.
I really like it. Claritis, there's our guy. The one who gave us the Luds card with a Madonna 99 Cup here. If you're not green and you have to be mean just to be seen, go to the penalty box and sit. Shooting with the Ritz. Great meeting you, Owen and Sam and Diehards. Love it. Yeah, it was fun to say hi to you at the end of the, it was at the end of the first period. We had a quick chat. Chaotic with a Lundqvist and a Ritzkovian. Ritzy is a vastly upgraded version of what Roussel was 10 years ago. Speed, tenacity, and knack for scoring, and he plays up and down the lineup. Is he better than, I mean, Roussel was really good at being an antagonistic player.
Yeah.
Agitator.
Yeah, Roos had a habit of taking 10s at the end of games, though, all the time.
He got in some penalty trouble at times that I don't think
but
Ritzkovian
they were kind of, at times, they were just get the number a little bit higher, I think.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah,
I
think
good at it.
Ritzy's probably got a little bit more to offer.
All right. Sports Guy Tio with a Benn and a Ritzkovian. 60 minutes of 1 degree, hard defending and checking playoff-style hockey. Gully has this team bought in, playing for each other, completely frustrated and dismantled Edmonton. Season series sweep. Go Stars.
Are any of these people that were calling for Gully to get fired about a month and a half ago?
Well, Tio certainly wasn't.
Oh, I was not listening.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I don't know if any of our diehards or super chats in this one, but there were people when the Stars were slumping after the Christmas break and into January that were.
I wonder if they were calling people in Colorado were calling for Jared Bednar to be fired when they went. What did they go?
Well, they had
like a 2-5 run, 2-5-2 or something like that. You think they were calling for his head?
Probably not because he won him a Stanley Cup. But let's remember when Patrick Waugh left in that right before training camp, when Bednar got elevated from the AHL team after winning a Calder Cup. By the way, Bednar and the Avs had a historically terrible season. They were awful. And then I believe they got Cale Makar with the 3rd overall pick. Yeah, that worked out for him, and they changed the things for a little bit. Let's go to where we at. Blue Titan 10 with a Madonna 99 Cup here. I love how we're playing. This is the physical offensive game I begged for, but I worry it'll change when 12, 24, and 96 return. Tell me I'm wrong. Worried about line shuffling changing our current style.
No, you know what? I can understand that concern, but I believe that Rantanen will not allow that to happen because Rantanen can play that same style.
Fox is not going to make them not be physical.
No, but Rannick's not going to,
No.
But I'm just saying, I think that Rantanen loves the way that this is going.
I do too.
And as far as Hintz goes, I mean, Roop can get involved in that, but I don't think you're going to see a drop off. There's too many guys that are on the boat right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to allow it to happen.
All right, let's go to the next one. Alistair, our United Kingdom buddy. Remember he was sending in the T-shirt photos from Milan. He was over at the Olympics wearing the DLS shirts. He writes in with a Madonna and 99 Cup year in British pounds. Luds, do you know what the conversion is from British sterling to dollars?
How much did he send?
$9.99.
Well,
about $10.
It's going to be. I was going to say it was more than that.
Well, no, it's $10 British pounds.
$20, $18.
Is it almost 2 to 1 right now?
I'm thinking
What's your
it's
guess?
in that neighborhood, maybe 1 3/4. I don't know. What if I?
13. Oh, it's close. It's not quite 2 to 1 anymore. More is like not even 1.5. And anyway, Alistair with it. I just woke up, so I didn't see the game, but what a result. Thanks to you guys for the show. I'm playing my first ever game tonight. Can't wait. Go Stars and go Aliens. He was so fired up about being a hockey fan and a DLS diehard, he started learning to play hockey.
Oh, like an E-leaguer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah?
he says his
Good.
first game is tonight. He's playing for a team called the Aliens. How about that? Now, it's the morning in England, so when he says tonight, he means probably about 12 hours later from now. So it'll be tomorrow morning probably for us.
Okay.
Marshall second with a Ben and a Duchesne. I really appreciate the way we stood up for our guys in contrast to last year in the playoffs with Hintz.
I see a theme.
I do too.
You know,
Claritus, you're our guy tonight with a DeSmith and 99 Cup year. The dude is cooked. Thanks, Ryan.
The dude is cooked right now.
There. And thank you, Sean. And then Claritus wants the hat trick with another DeSmith 99 Cup year. Throw the hat and give Luds a beer. Ritzy shirt, please. He wants a Ritzkovian shirt. I'm throwing the hat. We're just going to throw it across the screen. I was going to try to hit Ryan with it because we probably knock over a light and get in trouble and stuff like that. Then let's go to Go Stars 1997 with a DeSmith 99 Cup year. What an incredible game. Ritzy Ritz legacy game.
becoming very popular.
Isn't he?
So yeah, he deserves it.
So if you were going to design, I'm putting you on the spot here because we haven't talked about it. If you were going to design a Justin Ritzkovian DLLS Stars shirt, would it be a Ritz cracker or would it be the show me the money, Ritzy Ritz, Rich? What would you?
You can say show me the money, but it'd be a Tasmanian devil.
So you want a Ritzy devil with some dollar bills flying around?
Yeah.
Okay. Ben, make it happen. Right?
Oh,
It's that easy, right?
he's already cooking back there.
Oh,
I saw him
you
grab
saw
that.
the wheels are turning. We don't know what it is, but the wheels are turning. Okay. So that's it for Super Chats for the moment, but I have to say, we're already past an hour. You guys
What?
we're 2 minutes past. So,
Time flies.
think
Wait,
about,
do we have tomorrow off?
yes,
We have tomorrow off.
yes.
Oh,
I know. So let me ask you this real quick. Is it almost as your workday comes to an end, is it almost better than the day off when you realize you have the day off tomorrow? It's like the rest of your night is like, well, it doesn't matter. I don't have to work tomorrow. Is that almost the best part
yeah.
of
I
it?
didn't really realize that we did, and I started thinking, wait a second. I think that tomorrow's Friday. We got a game on Saturday, don't we?
Yeah, Stars in the
Is that
Detroit Red Wings.
That's the Detroit Bowl. What
It's
are we
the
calling that?
Shapiro Bowl.
Shapiro Bowl.
Yes.
Is Sean going to be on the show?
I don't know. He wasn't originally scheduled to. There were some horrible things going on in his neighborhood or his area up in Detroit today. He was supposed to be on the show tonight. There was, I believe, an active shooter incident up near where he lives at I believe at the Jewish temple that his kids attend on Sundays. So we hope that everybody's okay, that he knows, and obviously a terrible scene. He wasn't going to be on Saturday's show, but I don't know if that maybe changed it. Maybe he will. If not, I mean,
We can
Stars.
still call it Shapiro Bowl, can't we?
We can still call it the
Okay.
Shapiro Bowl.
All right.
It's actually Shapiro Bowl 2 because they already played in Detroit this year. But odds,
Did we do a show? Is that
yeah.
when he was at the game?
that was right before Christmas. You
He was
remember
at
the
the
Stars
game, wasn't
lost that game? I think it was in overtime, but it was a great hockey game.
Yeah.
He was in Detroit.
Yeah.
He was at the game. I think Dallas is playing better now than they did in that game
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're playing better now than they have all season
as
long.
a team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Is
Good
that
time.
why, just to go full circle, is that why you want the playoffs to start now? Because you feel like they're hitting a stride that you don't want to wait another month?
I don't want the playoffs to start now because there's two key guys that are missing.
Yes.
I want those guys to get back, get 4, 5, 6 games under their belt, then let's go.
But you want them playing like this.
Yes, and I don't see them letting off the gas with the way they're. The enthusiasm, the fun that they're having, understanding that you can still all play a blue collarish style of game and still be scoring goals and get your points and all the other kind of stuff. But they've found the way to play the right way at playoff time. Now I believe that their conversations right now are going to be, we're going to keep on putting one on top of the other until we get to that first game of the playoffs.
Okay, I have two things for you very quickly as we wrap this one up, because it is time to go. And you know, when it's time to go, Lud starts closing things up and you're not getting back into the conversation. But I want to bring up a couple of things. Miro Heiskanen on your favorite hockey stats card. Off the charts, great number. Jason Robertson, Wyatt Johnston at the top of that list. As much as we talk about Ritzgovian and Blackwell and Ernie and Oscar Beck and Maverick Bork, when you have Robertson, Johnston, Heiskanen all up there, when your best guys are at the top of the impact, that's a really good sign.
Yeah, those guys are obviously going to be up there. Points, I'm sure they get 2-3 points. They're going to be up there, and but yeah, you want to be, anytime that you can play this style and your best players are bought in, man, you're winning the battle.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing, and the reason why I was trying to find it, because I saw it on a tweet earlier, was Jake Ottinger's numbers the last two games. And I can't seem to find it right now. Here it is. So he played against the Vegas Golden Knights on Tuesday night. Edmonton Oilers. Two very respectable Pacific Division opponents that the Stars have faced multiple times in the playoffs in recent years. 56 saves on 59 shots, 949 save percentage. 2 wins. Most important thing, 2 wins. But for all the griping about goals against Colorado last Friday, Jake has responded with 2 excellent performances.
Yeah, and I think he'd be the first one to say that the guys played in front of him, didn't give up that many quality.
And doesn't that help out your goalie when you talk about it in front of Ed Belfour all the time?
I'm trying to remember, did Jake have, how many 10-bell saves did he have to make tonight?
He had the one.
Nah, not your high quality things. I'm talking about 10-bell saves.
Right. So he had a glove save on Savoy in the third period. And then he had a split save on Podkolzin. A couple really, really good ones.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're not talking about McDavid and Draisaitl getting those chances.
No, I thought they really defended those guys well tonight.
No, I'm just saying that the 2 guys that you're talking about on those guys, they're the ones that aren't the ones that typically do the damage that you got to make the saves on, or that generally don't get the high quality chances.
It was a quiet night.
Again, so
did you see the shots for them?
In front of them,
like Bouchard had 6 shots on goal.
Yeah, they outshot him. I saw when it was like 30-25 at one point.
Well, Leon Draisaitl had 0 shot attempts in the game, and Connor McDavid had 1. Mm-hmm. What do you? That's 1 shot attempt. It was on goal for McDavid between the 2 best scorers. 2 of the top 5 or top 4 in the league. That's pretty good. All right, one last thing, just to sign off. This one actually connects with Luds because it has a Green Bay Packers flair. After the game tonight, I saw it on Twitter, former Cowboy, now member of the Packers, Micah Parsons, did a jersey swap with Connor McDavid. 2 pretty famous athletes at the AAC. So Mike is here. He does say he's off-season resident, still has his house here. It's a little weird to see the pack in that one with him, even though it's been a year since he played for the Cowboys.
Connor McDavid does not look very big there.
And he's a pretty tall guy, but Mike is a big guy.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's
so
nice.
There you go. We are off tomorrow. We will be back for our pregame show, 6:15, 7 o'clock game, Stars and Red Wings on Saturday night, this middle of this run of 10 of 12 against playoff teams. So far, Luds, they've been doing well, but guess what? A point against Detroit, and they will tie the 98-99 franchise record with a 15-game point streak. They need one more game to get there, and they could do it against Detroit on Saturday. All right. For Luds, for Sam, for Ryan, I'm Owen. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great Friday, and we'll see you Saturday for Stars and Wings right here on DLLS.
We all silly like the mayor.